Hi, guys. This is the answer to the quiz on 429. D of x is 2 to the 3x plus 1 over 1 plus 2 to the x 3x plus 1. What is the simplified formula for d negative 1 of x? So, what I'm going to do is write down, okay, so as usual, we're going to say that d to the negative 1 of x will be referred to as y. And then I'm going to say solve d of y equals x. And we solve that by putting the formula down. So we'll do 2 to the power 3y plus 1 divided by, parentheses, 1 plus 2 to the power 3y plus 1, oops, equals x over 1. Since it's a fraction, and the next step is to cross multiply. So we get 2, the numerator, 2 to the 3y plus 1, is going to equal x times the denominator, 1 plus 2 to the 3y plus 1, in parentheses, because we're multiplying x by the whole thing. When we'll distribute the x, so that's going to be x plus x times, and this guy, you can't bring the x into this. This guy is totally indigestible until we know what y is by PEMDAS, right? So it's just x times this 2 to the 3y plus 1. That's going to be important. Now we want all the 2 to the 3y plus 1s on the same size, so I'm going to subtract this guy from both sides. So we're going to subtract off that guy from this side, and oops, let's see, Walt equals, and we'll subtract him from this side. And what we're going to get is this guy minus this guy equals x. Oops. Don't know why that happened, but here, it equals x. Now I can factor out to 2 to the 3y plus 1 from both of these terms, and we're going to get, stop being in italics, you silly thing, 2 to the 3y plus 1. Okay, let's stop that from being in italics too. Every once in a while it just likes to be in italics. Times parentheses, 1 to the 3y minus x to the 3y1 equals x. Now, at this point, we can divide both sides by 1 minus x. And that's going to give us 2 to the 3y plus 1 equals x over 1 minus x. Now at this point, this side is just a power of 2. So when we see a pure power on one side, we can lin it. And I'll do it this way. Oops, I need a stylus. Luckily I have a pile of them. Give me a second to grab my stylus. I have a stylus. Good. And I got my stylus. I can say ln of both these sides, and you have to ln the whole side. So it's going to be, okay, so 3y plus 1 is going to come out because it's a power. So it's going to be 3y, and that's got to be in parentheses. When you bring something out, the whole thing is going to be multiplied by the ln of 2. And that's going to equal, right, because it's the ln, the exponent comes out and it's just the ln of the base. And that's going to equal the ln of x over, wait a second, ln of 2. I have to go out of that. And that's going to equal the ln of, parentheses, x over 1 minus x. And that's the way it goes. At this point, I'm going to just divide both sides by the ln of 2. I'm going to divide both sides by the ln of 2, because that's going to be the fastest route, I think. So that's just going to leave me 3y plus 1. And once again, it get to stop italicizing, equals this guy divided by the ln of 2. And now, all I've got to do to get y by itself is to subtract 1 from both sides. So that's going to give me 3y equals this guy minus 1. And then we'll divide both sides by 3. And that's going to give me the answer, which is d, the negative 1x equals y. Now we're dividing, oops, that part shouldn't be there. Counting another one. D to the negative 1x equals y is going to equal this whole thing. So we got to put this guy in parentheses. This guy goes in parentheses. Wait a second. Copy and paste it. And then we put that in parentheses. And we could divide that by 3. And that's our answer. It's not the only possible answer, but it's one. All the answers have to look something like this. Now, it could. Now, let's just check this answer with a complete check. So, I'll do d to the negative 1 of d of x. See if it actually comes out as x. Oops, I gotta get the negative 1 over here. And that's going to equal this guy but instead of x, we put in d of x. D of x, and this guy becomes d of x. And then we replace d of x with its formula. All right, so I'm going to take that, replace it with 2 to the 3x plus 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 3x plus 1. I'm going to take this guy because it's convenient. And turn that into 2 to the 3x plus 1 over 2 to the 3x plus 1. So that's what d of x is. And I'm going to change this d of x also to that. And this 1, because it's playing with a fraction, turns into 1 over 1. Now we common denominator over here. So this becomes, so here's the common denominator, 1 plus 2 to the 3x plus 1. Let's see if I can get the thing to copy that. And we turn that into 1 plus 2 to the 3x plus 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 3x plus 1, because that's pretty much 1. Now,